My name is Jesse Whitmire, and today I'm going to show you how to change a tire. Because we all have those days where you come out and you got a flat tire, or you're driving down the road and you end up with a flat tire. So first, I'm going to show you guys where you can find the information. It's normally in your manual, which is normally in the glove compartment. And you'll just go in here, it'll show you where all the equipment is and where to change it, where your jack point is and everything like that. And so the next step is to locate all your tools. So you come on back here to the trunk, and that's where you're going to find your jack. You'll find your safety triangles if you have them in your car, always good to have. And then in a car like this, you're normally going to have what they call a donut, which is going to be found under the mat in your trunk. In an SUV or like a full size, like a truck, they have a full spare, and it's normally under the car, and you have to use your tire iron, and it has like a little screw on the end of it, and you stick it in a hole and you loosen it, and it'll bring down the tire. Alright, so first off, safety. You're going to want to, if you end up having a flat tire when you're driving down the road, you want to make sure you get far enough off the road where you give yourself room so you're not going to hit by a car. That's where your safety triangles come in handy. So get these open here. You get these out. Pop these off. Well, anyways, you set them up, and then you set them on the roadside, and then you go probably like 100 feet out, and you just probably put it probably 3 foot out away from your car. People know, slow down, watch out. Back in there. And then you don't want to change your tire on a hill. That never works out. When you're doing it, and say you had a flat tire when you came out to go to work, you'd have it just like this. You pull it in, and you take a piece of wood and you put them in the chalk the wheels so it doesn't roll forward. Anyways, so on to changing the tire. It's good to have a little kneeling pad so you don't get all dirty. A lot of these cars, they have hubcaps, not rim. So you loosen the nuts on the hubcap, pop it off. Before you jack up the car, you just throw your wrench on here, you break these loose while it's on the ground, so it's nice. You don't have to loosen it all the way, just enough so when you take it off the ground and you try to loosen it, you're not spinning the tire. So, like so, nice and loose. And then you take your jack, and you find the jack point, which you'll find in the owner's manual. Slide it under there. That's on the jack point. Jack it up. If you're at home doing it, it's probably easier to do it with a floor jack. It's easier to just pump those up. Big thing of doing this when you're on the road is just to make sure that other drivers know you're there. I mean, the triangles work well. If you have flares, you could use that. Not many people carry around flares though, so. off the ground now. And you just finish taking these off. Sometimes it corrodes on there and you have to give it a kick. That was fairly easy. So take it off, and then you're going to go get your spare out of the trunk, roll it around, and bring it back over. And pop it back on there. Just hand tighten the nuts back on there. Snug it up a little bit. Now with a donut, which is what comes with a car like this, you don't want to drive very far, and you can't drive fast with them either. So you gotta take it slow and try to get that new tire on as soon as you can. Now when you tighten these, I recommend you do it in a star pattern. So you start here, go down here, go here, and go here. That way you tighten it equally. Nice and snug. Now you bring the jack down. Done. Take this, snug up nuts the rest of the way. Take your hubcap. Well, in your case, you probably have a spare, so depending on what you have, you might not have this. Pop back on. Tighten these back down. And then you just put your tools away. And I hope I showed you how to change a tire.